Okay, today is day 6 or 7 of daily uploads, and I recently be seeing a lot of people get into self-improvement. There's a specific self-improvement niche, and then there's not many people getting to philosophy specifically, but there are people reading self-help books, which the original self-help books are philosophical texts. Epictetus's handbook, or the manual, whatever you want to call it, Enchiridion, is the original self-help book, you know what I mean? Or Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is the original self-help book, you know what I mean? Or Seneca's Letters to a Stoic. Those are all the original self-help books. So now I'm seeing a lot of people get into self-help because of people like Hamza, or what is the guy's name? Baz Too Smooth. Also modern pickup artists, which nowadays aren't pickup artists at all. They're more of social anxiety coaches, and they're more people who specifically try to get you over social anxiety, like Social, Taekwondo. I love Taekwondo. He's funny, man. I love him so much, man. I've been using his lingo, you know what I mean? He's pretty cool. I enjoy that. You should watch Taekwondo, man. He's funny as heck. Or people like Hamza specifically. He's the one person who specifically talks about helping people. But one thing that he always speaks about is making connections, making friendships, and being friends with people, or sort of surrounding yourself with not even people, but like things that remind you, or not remind you, but can keep you sort of soaked in that mindset that you want to have. So, if you always have pizza around you, you're going to eat it. But if you always have healthy foods around you, you're going to eat that. Just to say simply, you know what I mean? It's kind of like why it's so difficult for people to lose weight, because they always, in their pantries, in their fridges, they always have those food items that they are not supposed to have. There's always a bag of chips somewhere that is going to be finished in an instant, destroying their progress. Or there's always that, that cake or that something that they want to make, that they want to buy, that they always do buy. So it's like, oh, it's just a little bit, it's just a slice. Well, that's enough. That's enough to destroy your progress, enough to make you fat. You know what I mean? Like how you are now. Not saying you're fat, but that's the problem. That's the problem. You say, oh, it's just one. It's just one slice. It's just one chip. It's not just one chip. It's not just one slice. It's that one chip and that one slice that'll ruin you. That'll make you who you are. Same thing for your friends. It could be that one friend or that one conversation that you continue to have, that happens all the time, or that repeats, that keeps you at where you are. You know what I mean? It's always that one habit, that one thing that you keep getting reminded of, and you keep doing it, and you're not breaking the habit, you're not breaking the cycle. That's why you should surround yourself with things or people that will help you break your cycle. We're the cycle of, being financially wealthy, cycle of being physically fit, the cycle of being healthy. There could be that friend who always told you to go out to eat. Well, there's nothing wrong going out to eat. Dang well you're not going to eat a healthy amount of food. You know what I mean? That type of deal. Or, that friend always told you to go to the movies with them. While the movies itself isn't a bad thing, the fact that you're going to eat 2 boxes of popcorn and, a couple pieces of candy, as in the whole entire bags, well you are, that is the problem. Or you're going to drink a large soda, that is the problem. It's not the fact that you hang out with those friends, it's the fact that those friends can make you, go into doing bad habits. Or it's the fact that you always buy, that one thing at the store, and that's the one thing that's ruining you. That's the idea that I had today. You know what I mean? And the way that you kind of get rid of that, I don't really know yet, because, I'm not good at, I'm improving, you know what I mean? I'm not the best at making friends, you know what I mean? I'm not the one to go out and make friends that have the same kind of thoughts as me. I never met anyone that thinks the exact same way as me, completely. Recently I have one, but that's pretty much it. There's not many people I can just say, oh, they like the exact same things as me. They want to be great like I do. They, strive for the greatest and nothing less. Because that's really what I do all the time. I stay in sort of a, I don't know how to explain it. I'm in an isolated environment of wanting to be better. I'm not good at it. I'm not perfect. I'm not one to always be like, oh, I'm always meditating. No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not like that. I'm not like Hamza, dude. Hamza, he's strict. He's like, okay, no video games, nothing but learning how to improve. And to me, recently I've been thinking like I've been like through doing this, through reading a ton of books at once, or even reading books one at a time, it gets insanely hard to digest that information. Because I'm reading Epictetus's Discourses in Selected Writings. I'm reading what is that book? The Obstacles the Way. I'm reading Think and Grow Rich. I'm reading Blood Privilege. I'm reading these 4 books at once, right? But once I read a passage of the philosophical book, I can't exactly remember it, right? So I reread it. Okay, I kind of remember it. I read it again. I kind of remember it still. I can't really think back to what it is. And then I read another book that is about a whole nother thing, but it's still about, improving yourself and about mindsets. I read that one. I kind of still forget what it is, right? Then I read The Black Privilege was more of like a biography. I remember, bits and pieces of it, but really, I don't really remember much from it. And so with that, I think that is a good thing to slow down and to read just a single book. And fiction's pretty easy to remember, honestly. I've been reading a lot of fiction. I'm reading Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is the inspiration for Blade Runner. And I'm 90 pages in. I actually enjoy it. A lot. And I'm reading Dune. I'm loving Dune so much, man. Dune's one of the things that I like getting into fantasy worlds because first, it's hard. I was never able to read. Reading has been something that has been hard for me because my attention span, basically, is the only thing, the attention span. And because things can get boring. Books can generally just be really freaking boring, right? But I've learned how to, delay gratification to, continue on even if it's boring, even if it's hard, and just keep reading. Like with the Iliad. The Iliad is an extremely important book in literature, right? It's a huge poem. It's a poem that's about 300 pages long, right? It's I have 2 copies of it, and I've read 90% of it. That 10% I just couldn't read that 10%, but 90% of it I read it. It took about 7 hours, and while that's not that long, the whole book is like 9 hours long to read. Once again, that's not a long time, but it's a long time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't read fast. I'm listening to an audiobook of this guy and I love it, but it gets boring, man. It gets boring when the same words are repeated, the same cadence is there. It gets boring, man. I'm trying to collect a lot of Greek literature. A lot of Greek literature. I have the Aeneid of Virgil. I have what is Italian, but I have the entire Dante's Inferno. Big old book with 3 books in a series. I have that entire thing. I have the Odyssey and the Iliad. I have 2 copies of the Odyssey, 2 copies of the Iliad. I actually have 4 copies of. I have 2 copies of the Iliad, 3 copies of the Odyssey, and I'm also collecting Shakespeare because I actually read Hamlet. I read it twice. I actually liked it because our teacher, we did an assignment on it. And now, just remember what I said. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say. Just like I said, remember to surround yourself with things that keep you in that same space. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if it has to do with exercise and diet and exercise or health and fitness, make sure you surround yourself with people that will also are into health and fitness, that will also work out with you, or with people that won't kind of neglect your idea of exercise. Because if you're like in a family of people that don't exercise at all, and then you go to exercise and they're like, oh, why are you doing that or something like that, that's going to be so difficult for you. Or the same thing with diet. If you're around family members or people that are like, oh, why are you eating a salad, which is like, you don't have to eat a salad. Salads are stupid, I think, because salads or whatever. Or they're like, why are you drinking water when we have soda? It's like, come on, man. I hate that. When they're peer pressure you to drink a soda or something. Oh, well, we have soda, we have juice, we have dude, juice isn't healthy for one. Soda's not healthy. Y'all know this. Yeah, y'all still drinking. Y'all are trying to get me to drink it. No, that type of thing. That's you have to have extreme willpower to go against those situations. But the one thing you have to do is to just stay away from those people. While that's extremely easy to say, it is actually extremely difficult to go through with, right? But just keep that in your mind, and you will be more likely to kind of avoid, you know what I mean, You know, you're at school and, you know, they will have, you know, the unhealthy option and then the kind of healthy option. It's like, would I rather eat corn or would I rather eat this popsicle that has 30 grams of sugar? It's like, yeah, I might not eat anything because corn sucks. You know what I mean? It's just like those small decisions throughout the day that are influenced by the people around you. You have to be aware of them. If it has to do with exercise, like I said, be around those people. If it has to do with your mindset, because maybe you're just not pushing hard enough. Maybe you're just, you know, you're a little bit, you know, basic right now. Basic as in you're not doing anything special to grow beyond being a normal person. Because there are a lot of normal people out there, but you all you have to simply do is be a little bit more aware, a little bit more mindful than the next person, and you're not a normal person. You're above average in a way, which sounds a bit like egotistical, but that's simply how it is. And a lot of people, they succumb to drugs, drinking, eating unhealthy. But if you can be aware that those things are bad for you and that you have the ability to live a way better life than them, just by simply being aware that those things are extremely impactful to, you know, your life. You know, because it's not just your health, it's your how you feel up here, how you function, how productive you'll be. And you understand that once you learn that ignoring all these negative things will put you in an extremely productive position, you're not going to do them anymore. Because when you have that feeling that you can do something and you're good at it and you're great at it and you love doing it, there's no reason that you have to do all these negative things. Because you have this one thing that you love and you want to do it forever. And you're going to do it forever, as long as possible anyway, because you're not doing all those bad things and you're more aware and you're more mindful of the things that you intake physically and, you know, with your eyes up here. If you enjoyed that, press the like button. You know what I mean? I gotta start saying those things because a lot of people don't even it's important, you know what I mean? Go ahead and hit the like button, you know what I mean? Go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and share it maybe, because, you know, I think it's a good video, you know what I mean? And if you want to join a group of people who kind of like-minded, you know, especially like-minded as me, like me, join my Discord. Except I don't really have any members in there at all. I have like 2 members. They're just my friends. So hopefully we can build that up. Hopefully you can join that and, you know, grow it a little bit. Talk a little bit about, you know, whatever you want. Literally whatever. I just, you know, want to kind of get a little group going. If you want to chat to me, ask me a question or anything, just hit me up on Snapchat, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up anywhere. I'll answer any question you have. I'm always free, you know what I mean? I'm not really a busy guy, which is, you know, a weird thing to say, but, you know, I'm always down to talk to people. I'm always down to answer questions because that's what I want. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I think. I'm here to, you know, teach. I'm here to learn. I'm here to build. You know what I mean? That type of deal. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Peace. Dawn out.